Okay.
Okay, let's stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I just thought it was like microphone.
He didn't say anything.
I'm like, we're missing somebody.
Okay. Call to order, roll call.
Over. And, let's see, Mike Mack is the only one not here.
Okay, is there a motion for, or the approval of board meeting minutes dated October 6, 2014, last month? So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Nope.
Ken?
Yes.
Paul? Yes. Mark?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. Here goes a catch up there. Yes, okay, public commentary.
Do you want me to address it, should I do a public commentary as a, now, or I have some, not issues, but some information from the county?
You could do that now, yeah, you could do that now, like, sure.
Okay, all right, electronic recycling, first of all, basically what we're trying to do is get some legislation passed right now, because what's happening is the TVs of the past are these big, bulky, heavy TVs, and they're full of copper and metals, that kind of stuff like that. Well, through technology now, the TVs are a lot smaller, they're a lot lighter, so there isn't a lot of value in them anymore, so the recycling contractors are basically wanting to get out of it now.
Okay.
So,
But they'll take the big one still?
yes, it will.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but the problem is that, well, the good news is the big ones are slowly disappearing. The bad news is that the new TVs actually are lighter and they don't have a lot of value to a recycler, so, but they do have lead impregnated glass in them yet. So you still have that issue of getting rid of them. Now, they have something along the, like a tire recycling fee, but it's for electronics that you pay when you go to a store. Well, the retailers are gonna fight it, tooth and nail, because they don't wanna add any additional costs that could be passed on to consumers. So basically, they're trying to get legislation out there now to actually work with that issue so that they can actually get rid of this lead impregnated glass, and at the same time still provide an outlet for the townships and the county to actually still get rid of these TVs. Because other than that, basically what could happen is they could eliminate that box in the back. And as Jerry knows, it's gonna end up in a ditch somewhere, so you guys are still gonna end up.
So they're trying to change
the laws.
the laws for the leaded glass, to manufacture the leaded glass?
No, they're trying to increase the fee to the retailer so that they can actually still fund these type of programs. So they'll have to be basically subsidized to get rid of the TVs.
So the retailers aren't gonna be taking the TVs?
No. The retailers, basically, there'll be a pass-on fee that is collected.
Similar, Bob, to like a tire, when you buy a tire?
Correct, yeah,
Okay.
same concept, but.
Yeah, but a dealership takes the tire though.
Yeah, but they charge you $2 to take the tire.
Yeah, they charge you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I just had one done at Baldwin's, a wagon tire, and I think he charged me $2 or something
Right.
to get rid of it. But that's something that maybe as a township you could get behind, and I think, Mark, you're actually in charge of this now.
I believe you are.
Yeah, and it's a lot of work, the recycling center, but at the end of the day, it's still worth it. And I believe, and I know in the past they had talked about eliminating it, but I hope you don't eliminate it. But it's something that the legislation that I can keep you guys informed if you want to drop me an email or whatever. Or maybe I'll ask you guys for a letter of support on it or something like that. explaining, from Jerry, that, we're gonna end up with the TV anyway in our ditch, so.
Do you have a county email address, Bob?
Yeah, it's, just go to the county website.
Okay, so it's on there?
Bob Howard.
Okay.
What kind of timeline is it on? You're doing,
Well, at spring session, they'll actually bring that up to legislation down there, so. But it's something that you need to stay in tune with, because otherwise, we're gonna get in a situation where, one day they say, okay, we're not going to do this anymore, because actually, it was self-funding at one time, but again, as they diminish the amount of lead in there, or the.
But there's a lot, yes, there is a lot of TVs in there, but there's more than TVs.
Correct.
Then wouldn't they just keep it open just for the rest of the stuff, or no?
No,
Oh, they would, they just take, if it's no TVs,
correct.
they'll just take the whole.
Yes, we're trying to get the legislation fixed right now. Dean Olson actually came before the Legislative Policy Committee meeting, and we're gonna work with them to get legislation done on that, so.
The problem is noticing the recycling, the old TVs lasted for 10, 15 years.
Correct.
You'd be surprised how many flat screens
Is it really?
are, I mean, it's unbelievable. And I guess, what, 5 years is the max on a
Correct.
flat screen? That's all, and you might as well throw it away.
Now they can crush up the glass and use it in cover, the overnight cover for the dumps that they use, so there is a use for it. But again, there has to be a company that wants to do this, and basically we have to work that out somehow. So, but that was one of the things. The other thing is there's a lot of information floating around with the airport as far as what monies are being lost or gained or whatever with the airport property. On the November 6th at 8:30, Rhonda Novak's actually going to address the ad hoc committee. Basically, the way it was explained to us right now is like the state of Illinois purchased bulk field. The school district's actually going to gain money on it. Basically, they're going to pay, I think, $82,000 versus, and don't quote me on the exact dollar amount, but they're actually increasing what they actually gain. So you'll read in the paper where they're taking the money away, but then in reality, they're not. So, and again, I suggest anybody that has that question or whatever, that you attend that. Now, also too, in the past, I attended as the township supervisor / county board member. We need to have somebody there from the township if you have specific issues that you want to talk about the Ileana and the airport. And again, it's they address everything there. The fire protection district came before us. Actually, the state's gonna try to get them something if they ever do anything with the airport, except that they have an airport there now. So basically, the fire protection districts actually have to pick up that and cover that, and they're talking about training, equipment, et cetera, that type of thing. And then the Ileana with the MPO vote that went that way, it should go out for bid, and it's up to the private sector now whether or not they'll build it or not, if it's feasible or not, whether or not it's actually going to happen. But again, it's better to be at the table than an item on the menu. So, and basically with the townships.
This ad hoc, where is it at and what time?
It's at the executive building or there. And here's why that I say that, because the Village of Beecher actually, they came out in support. We know where Will Township stands, we know where Green Garden Township stands, Mooney Township, Greece Township, but we don't really know. We haven't heard anything from Washington Township, so. And I can just speak so far as a county board member on what that, and basically it's property owner rights, with the drainage issues, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But there's a lot of larger issues that's actually covered there. And also too, we have access to the state lobbyist or whatever. If you have a very specific issue, and I believe in collective intelligence, the more people actually look at something, the more chance you have of catching something. Basically, we can utilize our lobbyists or whatever to address any issue that you guys might have. So, and
Could you send that email to me from the township?
yeah,
Exactly. I heard of it, but I didn't see no other information I couldn't.
yeah, they just sent the stuff out again on that. But again, Rhonda Novak, she's there, and you can ask her, and you can hear it firsthand. So that.
And this is an ad hoc meeting?
Yeah, they call it ad hoc meeting.
What's it stand for, Bob?
Ad hoc, I don't know. Ad hoc means it's a committee. It's like a subcommittee.
Okay, I'll look it up online. I don't understand it. It's gotta be an acronym for something.
Yeah.
no,
It's not?
it means like a
Subcommittee.
collective group.
Oh, okay. How's it spelled?
ADHOC.
Okay, that's how I spell it. Never heard of it.
Yeah, and unfortunately, you know, and guys, and I could ask you guys tonight, what, do you want it, do you don't want it? It's not that easy, it's not that simple, it's not that clean. And we represent the people that don't want it as elected officials, we represent the people that want it, and those in between that don't really have an opinion on it. So it's a very difficult thing. And I respect you for that, you know, but at the same time, if somebody's there to actually, you know, catch another issue that's actually sliding through, so. Any questions or?
You said it's at the executive center, but you didn't say what time.
8:30.
Where?
And it'd be a 1 hour meeting because executive committee is right afterwards.
So it's 11/6 at 8:30? November 6th?
Yeah, 11/6 at 8:30. And then they do have public commentary, but they're an open meeting too, to where if you have a question during the meeting, they'll actually entertain the questions too. And the fire department's been very proactive. They've been out there. Piatone's been out there, Beecher's been out there, whatever. And again, you do have a working airport there, and actually a few days ago I took 2 days off of work, and there's a lot of planes flying over now. You know, I don't know if anybody noticed it, but a lot more than normal. I think they're housing helicopters over there now too. So, you know, but that's another issue that, you know, we could ask for, so, or ask about.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Okay, any other questions?
Oh, and your lights on the flag too,
Okay,
unless it's switching on or something.
I think the switch should be on, it might be the photo cell.
Oh, yeah, because of time.
George, do you have anything, public commentary?
Nope.
Okay. I'm gonna close public commentary this time. Reports. Road Commissioner.
Here's my written report. The only thing added, I'll just go over it quick. Townshipping's done, patching's ongoing with lots of garbage pickup and talking to other townships, it's really getting bad out there with garbage. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's out of my years here, this has been the worst.
You mean like people that bag the garbage up or just throw them?
No, it's couches,
Oh, that kind of garbage.
that kind of big stuff, the couches, water heaters. Water heaters not so much because the scrappers will get them down quicker than we, you know, we get notified by the time we get out there, they're gone. But couches and magazine racks, it's just wood garbage. It's not so much household garbage as much as, and then we do get enough, now this is a season for gear goods, but it just, it comes and goes. We're still doing the engine grader that we got on days we can't work out the roads. It should be ready by next month where it looks. So hauling stone here for quarrying. Roadside cutting, I know a few people were questioning me on that. We wait till the farmers get most of the corn out. Otherwise it would take us 2 weeks to mow the township. With the fields out, we can do it in 5 days, 5 to 6 days. It just makes it a whole lot easier, and plus we can clean up spots that the farmers, you know, we can't get into the field and keep that. And the main reason we do that, it's not for looks, it's for snow blowing. We get any this year. The only other thing I have to add on it, I don't know if we brought it up last month or whatever, salt is going to be an issue this year. Last year we paid $57 on state bid. Last March I had to put in for my quota for state bid. Wanted this year without knowing the price. They bid it out at $135 a ton. My budget can't handle $135 a ton. It means to be using what we were other years. We used about 600 ton.
You said you got to take 80% of it, right?
Well, it sounds like they're going to be ease off on that because of budgetary restraints. We have quite a bit on hand. I probably have 300 on hand in the dome right now. So we're gonna start mixing it back with slag. I know we're going backwards, but we have to stretch this as far as we can go.
So, but you don't limit what you salt then, right? I mean, do you just do the intersections then?
Yeah,
or
we're probably gonna be back to just the intersection
Oh,
hills
okay.
and stuff. Because it was taking us roughly 40 ton to do the routes. You know.
Everything, you're saying?
No,
Oh, just intersections.
what we used to do. You know, we used to do,
Right.
it was mainly, you had to drive a mile on bad roads to get to the main road. All of Yates, all of Ashland, all of Eagle Lake, all of Corning, and all of State Line and Brunswick, because those are our main traveled roads. We would do them 100%. And then all the other roads were just intersections, corners, and hills and stuff. But that would take us 40 time. So you do the math, and
That's not too many snowstorms.
we had 33
Yikes.
last year.
Reduce all of those?
Well, some were events, but, so that's gonna be an issue. I know we're gonna, you know, brief on it. I don't know what kind, like I say, counties in the same boat, because I don't think they bid on a 2-year bid. The only ones that could do it with a 2-year bid, and the only one I know here is Creek Township got it. They're getting it for $80 a ton this year.
I know the newsletter you mentioned in your piece about driving safety. I wonder if there's some way we can notify the citizens that because of the condition, that the level of salt will be different. Because people expect to be able to drive 60 miles an hour down.
And I think you're gonna see it on state roads too, because as much, I mean, they're in the same boat. I mean, that's the same price.
Right.
I mean, I called around the different states. I thought we were, you know, if I could get it cheaper out of Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin. We are the highest, but by only $5 to $10. Michigan, I think, was $125 out there. New York was, you know.
I've heard 235.
So it's gonna be it's gonna be a game changer on fighting snow from state, county, townships, the village. I mean, they're all, you're gonna see a big difference, so we're gonna have to reaccustom our driving.
How can you get that word out? That's the problem.
That's why I tried putting it out into a newsletter, and,
You're gonna drive out, you're gonna drive that. You're not, you can put all the words out, but it's not gonna happen, because you're gonna drive out, you're gonna drive.
once they go in a ditch once or twice, I mean, you know,
You'll learn the hard way.
it's tough, but, I mean, other states, you go South Dakotas, they don't use any salt, ever, except on the expressways, and they're limited, and they have ice packed of a foot deep, but they still drive on it, and they know how to drive on it, it's not a problem. So it's just a matter of learning how to drive on ice.
Stay home.
I sent that email to you, Joe, if you want to pass it out to the trustees. It's got all the committees in there for the week. So the agenda's on there too.
That's all I have.
Okay.
Are
Questions?
you doing any ditch work, Eric?
We're just starting on it. We have some on Corning and some on, I mean, this year we didn't get any done with being wet and being on roads.
Well, I mean, it's kind of after, if the fields are, I mean, all
Yeah.
I gotta do is dump the dirt right in the field, it's a good time to do it.
Right, I mean, that's why he has some this next week we're gonna do, if we can get it done, so.
Okay. Thanks, Jerry. Assessor Carol Ann Dennett, give a report, so. She was here today, she still might be.
No, she's gone.
She's gone?
She had no report. I asked her.
She had no report.
She had no report.
Okay, good.
I have a few things for you guys. Where do I start? Email has been updated. I don't know if you guys have been using your email, if it's been better. Mine has been.
It's better, there's way less spam.
Yeah.
I did not get it, like, usually, I also got it on my Google account. A notification that I got something, which I didn't.
Were you here when he set it up? Because he would have put it right on your phone.
Yeah.
No, it was not.
Okay, because then we just need to get that. We'll follow my settings on your phone, and
Okay.
we can get it right to your phone, which is real nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that went well, that's all done. We had 157 people vote early. Chris and Brooke, I think Brooke helped on just the Friday, but Chris, because Teresa's off, Chris did a really good job. She had no issues at all, couple of texts here and there, but, so 157 early voters. As you guys saw, the newsletter went out, and we got about 6, well, last time I talked to Diane a couple of days ago, she had about 6 or 8 people sign up for the Crime Watch portion.
The website?
To the website, and she had no issues getting on that email and was very thought it was very user-friendly.
So if you're already on her list, I forgot.
You're there.
You're still there,
You're still
you were on the list before?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just that anybody new that wanted, they
Okay.
could go on there, so she can continue to do that. And then I completed the AOA grant renewal right when I got back from vacation last week. And sent that in down to Bradley, and we got information back, and of course that was, because it was just a renewal, we got renewals for another year. And she also sent out some information today for Teresa as far as when we request the cash and stuff like that. So that's all done, I just have to tweak one thing and send it back to her tonight. It's just one line that I need to take care of. Other than that, so I was busy, I had a lot of stuff going on. I'm glad the month is over. Not to mention the levy, worked on the levy as well, so.
Okay. Any other questions for Mr. Clerk? No? Washington Township Planning Commission, Brian and Mike are not here, but they did not indicate any events for this last month. Supervisor's report, I do not have a report. I will do the general assistance report though at the same time. Last month, which was October's, we had 3 disbursements, 2 emergency assistants and 1 general assistance, and we also had a success story. After working with the general assistance recipient for the last 3 months and having this person participate in a weekly job search program, that person found a job, has been working for the last few weeks, and Brooke is in the process of closing that case because he'll be making more money than the general assistant. So this person followed the guidelines and did the interviews, did 2 or 3 weeks worth of interviews, found a job close to home, to his home, and is getting off general assistance. So that's terrific.
Mike, can I make a comment
Sure.
on it? The general assistance, what you can do, and this will help out Mark, is that by law, you can require him to work for that money, which we actually did in the past. So the way that would work is anybody with general assistance, even emergency assistance, they can go out there and they can pick up the garbage, they can clean up out there, whatever. But the benefit to them is basically you tell them what time to be here, what time to go home, and then you can actually write them a letter of recommendation, and we actually did that in the past. So basically you take someone that with a questionable employment history and actually help them clean it up. So that is an option out there.
Right,
Right. So,
I know that,
and you're covered by TORMA, so
right.
if somebody says that they cut off their finger or whatever, they are covered by TORMA. So.
Well, this person was looking more than wanting to be. We did not insist that he would do that, but he wanted to find interviews, to find more of a permanent type of job. So this is what they did. They found a job, and they're currently working. So we had 3, like I said, 3 disbursements, 3 different cases. One was for $380 emergency assistance. One was for $245, which was the general assistance, and then another emergency assistance for $178.26 for a total of $803.26. That's the conclusion of the general assistance report. Transportation, I did talk to Teresa, who's still recuperating. She insists that she'll be back on the 17th of November, ready to dance. She has not finished the quarterly report yet, but the ridership is still consistent in the 640 range, 641, 642, something like that. So she's recouping quickly. And that's the end of those reports. Trustees? Paul?
Food pantry. Last month we had a total of 44 families come through. Like I talked about last month, it seems like that one school is back in. Seems like it picks up a little bit more. And right now I'm just trying to get ready for the holidays coming up. So I'll be busy.
Paul, let me know when you do the food baskets, I'd be more happy to help.
I haven't picked a date out yet, but it'll be coming up pretty soon.
Let me know, Paul.
Very good.
Okay, Mark, do you have anything to?
Yeah, I got a few questions.
Okay,
Probably more so. Joe did send me the draft of 2 signs that I don't know if the rest of you had seen or not. Had they, Joe?
No, I don't think I sent it out to them.
Okay. I guess I want a little bit of history on the whole situation too. You know, we got paper, plastic,
right.
the electronics out there. And what is there offered in town for recyclable?
Zero.
Nothing? Isn't there paper by the school yet?
Oh, yeah, it's paper, there is paper.
They have
There is
recycling in the
paper.
garbage pickup though.
Yeah.
In the garbage,
Yeah,
Mhm.
inside their garbage pickup.
they have a blue
They have 2
bin.
containers, one for trash and one for recyclables.
Okay, because the paper, I guess, you know, since the newsletter has come out, I had one complaint about the paper blowing in the farmer's field
Right.
already.
But a lot of that is from the dumpster lifting it up and it's just blows out of it.
It just blows out
Yeah.
of it. So, I guess I didn't know if you guys had seen it, I was just wanting a little history, and I haven't had time to get a hold of the sign guy, but even if we do continue, which is a good thing, if that's what we wanna do, how much would it cost to have a camera to surveil that too, hooked into the, don't you have them here, Jerry?
Yeah, I have one, but you'd be better off having your own.
Having your own, or at least on the sign have that it is camera surveilled, and if we still continue having problems, maybe think about it.
You have a grant though, didn't you get a $600 grant again?
Kevin was going to apply for that, but he
Yeah, he
transferred
needs to
out.
apply, there's grant money sitting there.
Yeah, there's $500 for that, and $500 for the sign, I think, or
Yeah.
Oh,
$250
there
for the
is.
sign.
Yeah, from the county, yeah.
A camera is about $800 with, and then like a motion activated one, so it's not on all the time. Because then you have to have it backed up with a digital player or something, so you're buying the camera and that system and the mounting, so it's $780, $800.
So I guess what I was wanting, you know, if we still had the trouble, I guess why I was wanting, I think it should be included on the sign. I didn't know if you guys had seen that, so I might change that a little bit. And, you know, I just got a copy of that, and how big of signs were we even thinking here?
Whatever you think is involved.
Whatever.
Bigger the better.
The day after they dumped the garbage, the day dumped the recycling, somebody put a full-size TV. Did you see the TV in the end, in the vent? One of these great big monster televisions from way back when. It actually had, it looked like they had a pickup truck. It wouldn't even fit, and it's sticking this far out of the bin, you can't even get into that bin unless you go from the other side. So I don't know what's gonna happen when they pick up on Tuesday, if that TV's gonna go in a recycle truck, or if they go, I don't know. Or if Jerry needs to go out
That's
to the
kinda
chain and
weird
take it out.
I don't know what it was sitting in there.
That's a big, it's a big TV. The day
How
after they
got
did
it
it,
in there?
they had to have it on the back of a pickup truck, and they just lifted it back and into it went.
But most of the blow off is because of the top loaders.
Right.
I mean, it seems like every Tuesday there's heavy wind when they dump, but we were talking about putting a fence, you would have to put a fence
20 feet high.
20 feet high to catch, because when they dump, it's all the way over the
Right.
top, and that's when it's just, I mean, and I have to give the guy credit, he does pick up what he can, but he don't, you know.
Because they don't, nobody really bags their stuff, they just
Right.
kind of throw it in
The
there loose, and
paper,
that's why,
just
that's
throw
what's
it
blowing.
in.
If everybody bagged it, it'd be easy.
So hopefully I'll have more time here. I've been a little bit busy, I don't know why, but it'll get better here shortly to work on that.
In the past too, Beecher Police Department was good about community service kids too. They'll give you community service kids. The judges out there will too.
Oh,
And they- I mean, set them on a schedule and
to pick up, you
then,
mean?
yeah, they'll go out there. Just, if it's frozen, it's better, otherwise their feet get pretty large out there in the mud, so.
Don't you have GPS in your, you have time between from one end to the other, don't you?
No, I don't have all those things here.
Okay,
Call Marta, Dean Olson and Marta Keene, and express that concern. I'll mention it to them, but if you call them,
Ted?
Couple senior things, we had another quilt tour on a miserable rainy day, but everybody had a good time. I think we had 11 people on that, and a bus. And on December 5th, we've got a scheduled concert tour, or a concert at Olivet in Urban A College. And I know it's not in the newsletter or on the website, so if you could throw it on the and at the movie night, we want to.
Yeah.
I think we could take as many buses as we could find. And supposedly, this, in Alabama, it's a huge thing. There's 3,000 people attend. It's first class. It's free. Yeah.
I'll look it up online at their website and I'll add it to ours.
That's the old school, right?
Pardon?
One at the old school, it's an auditorium there.
I
We went there a couple times, so.
think it's, they have a new auditorium now.
Yeah, there's an old school in the back there, but there's this giant auditorium there that,
Yeah.
it's really, really, really neat. It's first class.
3,000 people or something.
Yeah, yeah, it's
And it
beautiful.
sells out, so it's a great deal. It's all Christmas stuff. So I was just wondering, on the voting, how many people did last night? Do you remember?
You know, I tracked that, it was around about the same,
Oh, same.
about the same. Early voting was
Yeah.
about the same. Best we've ever done was over 300 when, Mr. Obama ran the first time.
That's all I got.
What about anything on the dog park?
Nothing yet, I'm working with the village.
Okay. So so when you say that, are you still working on the budget part, or the village is already kind of committed,
Well,
right?
again, we need some more specifics.
So,
size and what-
budget.
Yeah.
Budget, okay. All right. Old business.
Sorry, guys.
Consideration of
Hello.
2014 town levy ordinance.
Oh, hey, I didn't mean to interrupt you guys.
The what? The ordinance?
I didn't print it.
I got a copy
There's no changes, right?
It was, it's a 2% over last year's actuals. That was about $7,900. With the 2% at 1.8% was the 6,600 that I talked about at the last meeting, which is what we would probably end up getting is 1.8%. And you guys said make it 2. And I basically spread it out per the levy worksheet that I given you. You know, like $1,000 extra went to the town, to the community building, a few $100 went to GA. I left the insurance fund alone and the balance went in our account. And so that's how that all went. But I do have a copy. That, you can't have it, but you can,
Well,
one of my originals, but you can
Heard
look
it,
at
so I
it.
did not
So
print
here
it.
it is. Here's a copy.
Oh.
So are we voting on this, or are we just reviewing it?
It has to be passed and filed by the end of December. If you don't want to vote on it tonight, you could do it at the December meeting. It's up to you guys. So we have time. This is about as early as we've done it in November to have it actually be ready to vote on. So it's up to you guys.
Did everybody get a chance to look at it? Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we could vote on it.
Mhm.
If everybody's confident or comfortable with it.
I mean, every year we say the same thing. This is just a rough draft of a budget. They really don't even look at it. They file it in a folder and stamp it received and pretty much where it sits.
You can actually change it too, is my understanding.
Yeah, when you get once the levy is done, you can change the dollars.
And I can tell you this from experience, what you're doing tonight is voting to raise our taxes, so. From my friends across the aisle and county.
The county gonna raise taxes?
Well, see, we're doing the same thing, but what we did is we have the maximum, it's like you guys, you take the maximum flexibility that you can to adjust your budget, but if you make budget cuts, you can actually lower it back down. But technically, you're voting to raise our taxes, and it's hard to explain to people, you know, any other concept, but I have a lot of friends that, you know, they love to hear people vote to raise their taxes, so.
Yeah.
It's very controversial. I'll ask you as a homeowner not to raise my taxes. please don't raise your taxes.
And at the same time, 1%, 1.8% barely keeping up with inflation, if it is at all, so there's a possibility if we don't do something or keep the status quo, that services could be cut and remove the ability to do things, so being responsible, keeping it at a minimum as most we can, you know, and we decided.
Mike, can I interject something on this?
Sure.
Make a comment. Basically, from sitting up there, the only thing that I have to say on this though is, because I do know the finances of the township, is you're going to retire the debt in a few years. And once you retire that debt, you're gonna be flush with money. So I mean, basically, you do have an opportunity not to raise the taxes. If you can live with inside what you can actually collect, you know, with a 0% levy increase, you could actually hold the line on taxes. And again, fortunately for townships, it's not so much the vital services like the county. Like the county, you have the jail and the police protection, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, but you do have an honest opportunity to hold the taxes. Because we did a 0% increase for 1 year. And again, you can't go back and regain it, but you guys are gonna be fine on money.
Well, I understand what you're saying, Bob, and my only comment as a taxpayer and being in the township centers, we've got probably $15,000-$20,000 parking lot to redo. The roof
The
needs
roof's
to be
leaking.
repaired, there's leaking, and the carpeting is about $4,000 or $3,000. And you look at the carpeting, so there's probably, you know, $30,000 worth of improvements that need to be made to this building. It's 10 years old, so. I get it,
Yeah.
but, and maybe next year, you know, and they can still make it 0, they can change it to 0 today, but that's fine, but I'm just saying, from my standpoint, I know
Well, we
we
don't
talk
want
around
to count
the
the chickens
budget.
before the
Yeah.
so.
So,
You guys want to vote on this?
Sure.
Okay, so we need a motion then.
I'll make a motion, we approve the tax levy ordinance number 14-07.
Is there a second?
give me an amount, hold on, give me an amount, please.
For a total of $856,000.
That's Road and Bridge.
That's right, yeah. The front page is Road and Bridge, that, at least on
Was it
my
07?
copy.
Township,
Oh, we're doing township, we're doing all,
it's in downtown.
so it's not 07. All right, so ordinance number 14-06.
Thank you.
For a total of $365,399.00.
Is there a second on that?
Second.
Any discussion?
Ted,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Okay, now a motion for Road and Bridge.
No,
No?
that's under.
Oh, is it a, oh, I'm sorry, it is. I see it now. Okay. Old business still, Washington Township Neighborhood Watch Program.
Yeah, and I basically covered that in the, clerk's report, so.
Okay, so now,
Should we have the neighborhood watch people be aware of the fly dumping that's going on?
I don't think that's the intent of the Neighborhood Watch. All right, so now we're at new business. Consideration and approval of planning commission recommendations, there are none, so now we're on the consideration and approval of 2014 road district levy ordinance.
Mr. Meyer?
Which also the 2%, which puts us Joe figured 5,000 less than we asked for last year, so we are still going in the other direction of what we asked for.
Good.
But same thing as with services, everything's going up.
Saul?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, is this-
When you put the 160%, and I never figured out the percentage wise, that really, that scared me.
We're gonna have a mild winter anyways.
Good.
This is gonna hear, right, Mark?
I didn't
Farmer's
do that.
Almanac say that?
I don't think so. Unfortunately. But they are changing their tune, they're
Yeah.
starting to talk, it's supposed to be warmer.
So that's what I heard too.
About a month ago or so, it was supposed to be real bad, so. One of them,
find out soon enough.
Yeah, soon enough.
Wait, do we need a motion? We need a motion for the road and bridge. Someone,
We're there.
we're at that, or?
That's this one.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the tax levy ordinance number 14-07 for the road, bridge, the road, right? Total amount $856,571.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion?
Yes, just to let you know that we do not get all that. Half of that stuff that comes from the village goes back to the village coffers. I
Half of
think
that
that's
stuff.
like 200, half of my levy
Yeah.
from the village goes
Oh.
to the village. And I think it's what, over 200, what did we figure last year? It was almost-
Yeah,
A little over $250,000 goes back to the village off of my levy. I levy for it, they get it. So that's,
the road program.
yeah.
Because of roads that are going through the village, right?
That's just the way it's been set up, so I mean, the 800 looks so good, but I don't get the 800,000.
You don't even pass through.
Yeah.
Either of those.
Well, yeah, we don't even get to pass through. We don't even get to see it no more.
Okay. Do we have the second yet?
Yes.
Yes, we did. Okay. And that was the discussion?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Ted?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. Okay, any other new business? No? Now, we've got senior movie night,
Bill,
12,
can you take those?
well, do this.
Okay,
This is it.
yes,
right?
okay, sure.
Movie night is 12, which is
Next Wednesday, Jersey Boys,
Jersey Boys.
comes out on the 11th, showing on the 12th. They're excited about it.
And then the holiday dinner at the Ambets, December 9th, I think that's a Thursday.
It's a Tuesday.
Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday, and you
Tuesday.
need to talk to the choir if they want, if it's around their concert time.
It-
They love to have
It
to
is,
sing.
it is around the country.
I'll send you an email, and you
Okay.
can,
Yeah.
because you took care of that last year for me. They did a great job.
It did, very good.
Yeah.
What time is it?
I think it's 6:30.
6:30, both, usually the movie nights are 6:30, that's, everything's usually 6:30.
What time you want to set up?
If I can get in there on Monday night, we do it Monday night.
Monday?
Yeah, it just depends whether or not there's an event there or not, and I'll find that out.
You send an email about that?
Mhm.
You guys cooking or what?
No, usually we'll go to a local beacher restaurants for food, keep it in the town.
You were there last year, weren't you? No?
No.
Food was good. I forget where it came from.
Tony's and
right,
Walt's.
Tony's.
Like
Yeah.
Waltz, right? Chicken from Waltz?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
Okay, now we'll go to pay the bills.
Wait a minute,
No.
anybody want to consider moving in December or the
Now,
January?
you wanna talk about that now?
Yeah, no?
The meeting's on the 5th, correct?
Right, that's up to you guys, I can't make it.
On the,
Thursday's the 8th.
well, I don't know if anybody else is on vacation, so.
Our school's.
Unless I'm going with you. I think we'll have it on the 5th.
The 5th, the school starts the 5th, so.
Yeah, I'll be here anyway, so. But right now, I mean, it might change, but it's, I mean, if anybody else is going on vacation for the holidays, so far.
No, I'll be here.
We're here fighting snow.
We have formed it,
Pardon?
we have enough bodies.
Well, if you're the only one gone, yeah,
Yeah.
we will. So as of now, we'll keep it, please. All right, now, we'll pay some bills.
Sorry for you.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for you.
So,
Here.
I need a motion to pay the GA for that amount.
I make a motion to pay the GA for $803.26.
Okay?
Second.
Okay. There is discussion on that, is there? No.
Could be.
No discussion? Okay?
Mark?
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Ted?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. Okay. We have road and bridge town account.
Road and bridge. You look at number 6401.
It's electrical connectors for lighting and stuff. Find them a whole lot cheaper for them than for just into, as a flasher for the LEDs.
And then,
No one carries them anymore with the LEDs.
I think it's, we're doing.
and then 6412, Chuck Holman, that's
You love,
Matco, correct?
Yes, that's Matco.
I don't see 64.
Joe, you updated one of them, didn't you?
Yeah, the one
Paul
that's,
got two, I think that I printed the updated one.
Is the updated one 85 or 71?
85, yeah.
Jerry, how are you coming in where you thought you were gonna be with your grader?
Yeah, probably a little bit under what we figured on. I mean, it's, well, we haven't got molars built yet. That's the secret on it. But heads are there right now. It's,
Okay.
the rebuild kits were, we got very reasonable.
Getting closer.
Yeah, it's like anything else, which, I don't know if you ever dealt with molars.
You know,
Bank of the West is
Bank of America.
Bank of America.
They have one speed, slow.
Mhm.
There's an Oliver tractor motor there for a year and a half.
Well, it won't be there that long, I hope.
I only gotta get the crank around now, the rest of it's done.
Okay, anything else?
Dumb question, new kid on the board, the GO bond principal interest payment,
Right.
what,
That's a rebuild kit for that engine. For the grader.
That is, when we built the building, we borrow money through a general obligation bond over a 10-year
Both my guys
period.
can rebuild them.
And so every year we pay 2 interest payments and 1 principal payment.
I think it's due on November 1st, is that
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
November 1st.
So this, in November, it's the principal and interest payment, in the spring, it's just an interest payment.
okay, I just,
And we're retiring debt pretty quickly, and to Bob's point, we probably could, at the end of this year, we might be able to chunk another $10,000-$15,000 towards that.
Yeah, you have quite a bit of money, so.
Wow.
So no, yeah, that's why it's saving us a lot of money.
And actually, Mark, here's the,
That's the taste,
Yeah.
receipt there.
yeah.
oh, okay, I just didn't know what it was.
No, absolutely. There'll be a few of those that pop up that, you know, we might see it once a year, and
Right,
Okay, Ted, you wanna make a motion, or
Sure.
Anything else?
I'll make a motion, we pay the road and bridge account, including the payroll, for a total of $85,504.77.
second?
second.
Any discussion?
Ted,
Yes.
Mark,
So,
Yes.
Paul?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes. Okay, town accounts next?
Are there any other?
my heart dropped.
No, just that page, no, town council. Because somebody paid bills on October 31st is why we had to revise the,
Oh, I see.
if they,
You're going there.
time and a half of weekend work.
No, they were done, my bills were done last Wednesday.
Can we look at
So Mark, you
39,
see on this deal on here, at 34, so if you add that number up, plus the number from this one, on the road bridge, that one, that goes down to 64, which was on that receipt.
Yeah, I see, yeah, I see that, yeah.
39,
25?
25, comment, aggregation.
That was the aggregation report that I'm trying to get reimbursed by Integrity.
What is it?
That's the report of all the people that are currently on the aggregation program. And it had to be, they needed to review it, they needed a list. And they can't request a list, we have to request a list. and they need to reimburse us for it. I've been having a hard time getting hold of Kevin at Integrous. It's a one-time shot.
So it's a flat fee or?
It's a flat fee.
I mean, not per unit, per meter, whatever. They charge 300.
It's under miscellaneous because it's for a report. It's not a fee for electric, it's a fee for generating a report.
Joe, you know they've been sold, right?
Is that Integrous?
Really?
No, I wasn't aware.
And especially Joe's outfit's been sold to somebody else. Wisconsin Electric is buying Integrous.
So maybe that's why you're having a hard time
That,
getting hold of
I
him.
had his cell phone number at one time, I have to dig that up.
I did hear that.
Has been, yeah.
What is, in 3922, what did quality computer system do for us in comparison to web?
We had our server,
Comcast went out and,
server went all wacky, they
Yeah.
come out and redo something.
so when he comes out, that's what he charges, as a service call, and includes any repair.
It's a flat fee?
Yes.
That's the minimum.
basically, yeah. I mean, he comes out, he's only down the street, and he'll come out like that.
Yeah, in fact, it happened, was it during the first day of the, no, it wasn't the first day of early voting.
Yeah, I think it was.
I think it was the first day of early
Yeah.
voting. And he came out before early voting
Yeah.
started to fix it.
And he's 24/7, so I mean, something happened in the middle of the night, like anybody would be here, but he'd come out.
And the cell phone saga, or not, the phone service saga,
Comcast
wireless,
business,
whatever.
it's still saying, I can't, we really need to stay digital format. So we're not gonna be using those old phones that we have. AT&T and Comcast are about the same, cost-wise. Now, so then the next question is which one is more reliable? The AT&T or the Comcast? I don't know, I hear a lot of complaints about Comcast people in town, because it goes out a lot here. Now, whether or not AT&T would do the same thing, I don't know.
And we're tied into that contract.
Till September of 15,
Well,
till next year.
so at that point, at least we need to get competitive bids.
Like I said, they're almost the same amount of money, or cost. And so then it would boil down to what they can bundle, if there's savings there, and of course, reliability and service.
Well, because we have the business account here also.
That's the internet.
We can bundle that with Comcast phone, perhaps.
You mean AT&T, or,
Oh,
yeah.
There's a lot of features on that phone system, though. A lot of good features.
$350.
It's every month, too. It's not quarterly, it's every month.
That also allows you to, if this is used for a heating or warming center, you can run the TV and stuff off of that too.
Well, we're still, AT&T's still working on something to give me a price, or a more concrete price.
Hey, Mike, has anybody checked out the generator lately?
Yes, it ran this morning, or
Goes-
yesterday, and started up and ran fine. It starts on Mondays.
Test start. Yeah, really, it's been pretty good for
Yeah.
quite a few months.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
I just know we're getting to that season.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
Yeah, but there was a while that it seemed like every week
Yeah.
the alarm would go off.
We
oil's
spent the
been
money,
changed on and stuff.
it needed service, the
Yeah.
thing was 5, 6 years old and had to be done, so.
Jerry, oil's been changed, stuff ready, all ready for
Yeah.
winter? Or-
Yeah, they do that, your service contract does that.
Anything else, Ted?
So make a motion.
So we need a motion then?
I'll make a motion, we approve the town account bills for the month, including transportation, others, for a total of $60,337.86.
Second?
Second.
Any more discussion?
Ted?
Yeah.
Paul?
Yes.
Mark?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Signatures, Ted, on those three documents?
Did we get back to the GA one? Did you get that?
Yeah, it's gotta go that way. He has one.
Which one? You decide.
Can you sign this?
Yeah, I got,
Is this the original here?
I have 4 copies, well, we get one,
Okay.
and then one that goes to the county. So you have to sign 4 copies when we get all this done. Enjoy it. You sign those, right?
I did not yet.
I think that's what you have there.
Where's the light grid?
6th.
This down.
7th? 6th or 7th? Archie?
You don't pipe it?
Not anymore. I used to. I'm not that hardy anymore.
It was in the newsletter.
Huh?
It was in the newsletter.
I forgot the date. So you quit drinking, that's a problem?
I drive my car, one of my cars in it. I don't mind. It's just, it's always too brutal. Okay, motion to close meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
8:02 p.m. 8 o'clock. Okay.
I did too, I just like,
What's going on?
where did my
Yeah.
time go?
I sent you that thing.
Yeah, I got it, Bob, thank you.